You told me that you were from St. Louis.
Yeah,
so tell me a little bit more about your upbringing. Growing up in St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri. So like born and raised there. I'm Jamaican and Black, Indian. Yeah, St. Louis rough, but I was around the music with my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? St. Louis, I was built up in the church, deacons in the family. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible study, Sunday school, you name it, I was there.
So did your love for music start in the church?
Actually, no. Like my love for music started from like my grandfather. He was a blues player. God bless the dead. He was a blues player and he played with like B.B. King. He opened up in a lot of those small joints in St. Louis. And he used to always like push me to like sing. So I first started off as singing. And so I go back to my grandfather. He'll play the guitar. He'll play like the keyboard or the piano. And he'll be like, do this. I'm singing. But I used to always have my little notebooks and stuff. Like my mom used to think I used to have a diary. So she's always like go in my room and like look through my stuff. And in reality, it's not a diary. It's just like my thoughts on music or what it made me feel like at the time.
That was kind of like your early stages of journalism.
Kind of sort of like, because I didn't really tie it together until like my first heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? So like music became medicine, but in the beginning stages, and in St. Louis, music was everything. Like going to the parks, watching my father play softball, watching people coming out there and they're barbecuing and they playing music. And I grew up on the old school music. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a lover of the old generation, like the Temptations, the Stylistics.
What got you struck your interest into listening into artists like Chris Brown and stuff like that?
Just how unapologetic the music became. So when people started to become more true, I am 90s R&B. The art of noise equals the art of change. So at first it's like, what sound do you make? You know what I'm saying? What love language do you speak as an artist, as a creator? And then I had to think about the art of change. So the art of noise is making so much noise. Now, what is my initial purpose? That is a camouflage to talk about real things. It's just seeing what you wanted out of it and seeing what you didn't want out of it, and then seeing that in between, the things that they don't say. And I'm that thing that they don't say. So like I wanted to write the things that we don't know, like the deep thoughts, the secrets, the fears, whatever it was.
Do you think the image is as important as it is for entertainers?
No, I think that it's I don't think image is anything to me. Like I think that it is all about the exterior, right? Like what they perceive you to be. If you look dominant, if you look like a threat, then you are a threat. Mm-hmm. It's not perception to a lot of people. It's misperceived because perception is reality to a lot of people. So I feel like my sexuality is just another dominant statement, just like being Black.
With Art of Noise, did you say you started that back in 2016?
That's when I made it kind of more
like official.
More of official and more like public, right? Because again, I've been doing this since I was 13, 14 years old.
This is your platform where you write about the artists that you're following and such like that.
Well, 90% of the people that I write for are not necessarily the people that I follow. The people that I expose myself to are people that are interesting because nobody's talking about it. Most of the time, I don't even know where they come from.
It just comes across.
I think it's more like a word of mouth. Like with what started to be just me going live and just empowering and pouring into creatives and letting them know that you don't have to sit around and wait for somebody to validate your creativeness or give you validation that you are good. You have to give self that validation. You have to say, you know what, I'm dope and I don't really care what nobody thinks. And I created the Down South Takeover for that reason. And if they can sing, great. Oh, we're having a great show. If they can't sing, we're having a phenomenal show. Because at some point, they're going to get seen. And they're going to feel welcome. And honestly, I asked them this, like, well, how did you find my platform? Oh, no, I just came across your Instagram. And I jumped on your live and I liked your energy. And boom, instantly, we're friends. We're family. Like, majority of the people that come in contact with me, it's not a one-time thing. Now it's a lifetime. So I really don't know. They always just say it's based off the energy. So whatever energy I'm exuding, it's gravitating to people, and they just want more of it. And even if I tell them, like, listen, I can't make you famous. I can't put you in a position to win. I can give you an opportunity to showcase your talent without charging you.
Has there been anyone that you covered that no one had known about yet that eventually ended up kind of taking off pretty big?
I wouldn't say that she wasn't known. I would say that it was a light, like another light from one creative to another.
Mm-hmm.
Mia Amber, you know, she was found by Trina, and her story is very insightful, and a lot of people still don't know. You know what I mean? But I make sure that if I've ever listened to the music, if I've ever interviewed you for even a hot second or had an interaction with you, I'm gonna play your music and I'm gonna make people know who you are. I'm gonna make people listen. And Baby Blue from Pretty Ricky. When you hear Baby Blue, you think Pretty Ricky, but he wanted to be different. He wanted to be just Blue. You know, he wanted to be.
There would be no Pretty Ricky without Baby Blue.
It wouldn't be no Pretty Ricky without any of the four. But when some people go solo, they say, hey, you're nothing without this person, that person, that person. So when I wrote his biography, they go, yo, I forgot how all about this guy. He dope. Like the way that you painted this picture of him, that was not just a painting, that was a Picasso. I'm like, for real? Like, word? And so when I got that feedback, and he's a multi-platinum artist from 1997 when Pretty Ricky first started, for me to write a biography on him and for people's feedback to go, dang, I forgot all about him. Now I want to know more. I'm like, yo, I'm doing my part.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The most rewarding part about the art noise is that I don't seek anything, but the most rewarding part is how I make you feel at the end of the day. Like you do a relationship, you give that much attention to your goals and your dreams, just like you do to negative things. If you put that much energy into what you want, then nothing is, again, impossible. The word impossible says I'm possible. So I would just say that never forget to be humble. Never forget to say that it's okay if things are not okay. And expect nothing and get everything that you want by being unapologetic and being okay with being uncomfortable. Well, I'll do that. I mean, this concept is a part of mental, I call it mental masturbation. And people, when I say
mental masturbation.
Mental masturbation, because at the end of the day, who can please you better than you? I am a journalist that believes that wordplay is the best foreplay. It's like sex. If I could write a dope-ass biography on an artist and they can tell me all about themselves, and then when I write it, and to see them gasping for air, like they're having an orgasm for the first time, they're reading about themselves, something that they told me, but the way that I put it into my own perspective, and they go, wow, I never looked at myself that way. You just climaxed. You're welcome. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the mental masturbation comes from. When you can have that true feeling and that true desire to want to be a better version of you just by allowing someone to tell your story better than you can, even though you lived it. Now you see yourself in a different perspective, and that is, again, the art of change. God created the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? I achieved that last year at this same exact time. March 31st, I had a car accident, and I wasn't supposed to survive. The car was smashed all in, and I got out of the car without a scratch. And the cop said, is a person dead if they still in the car? I'm like, I'm right here. He was like, you weren't supposed to make it. Wow. So that let me know right there that God had a purpose for me. So with that being said, I had to continue to push. And that means praying till something happens. I said, you know what? I can't give up. I can't stop. Because what if what if my purpose on this earth is to change one life, one interaction at a time, without any instructions, without no agenda, and I just stop because of fear. I stop because I'm afraid to fail. You don't truly know what it's like to be up until you get down. Literally, people that are doing what I'm doing in a different way. Their creativeness is like, you know, their love language is clothing. You know what I mean? Again, like the art noise is not just about music. It's not just about art. It's about entrepreneurs stepping up to the plate and using this platform or their platforms to create and monetize off of own. So I don't have to rock Gucci and whatnot. You know what I mean? I'm going to rock Team Sports. I'm going to rock, Vicious. I'm going to rock Eason clothing line because I'm supporting the Black dollar. And people who support you, you support them back. And that's just what it is. And that's why my support system is so strong, even though my circle is really small. like, yo, being on them sets and being around people that you never thought that you, a girl from St. Louis, right? Of the St. Louis Cardinals and what used to be the Rams and all this stuff that could embrace these things that you watching Tiana Taylor from Sweet 16 crying because she got a Range Rover and all she wanted was a skateboard. And here it is, she's in the flesh. I'm like, yo. But one thing that was funny on set with Fat Joe, shout out to Herb Gotti for directing that video, hands on you. This man kept on saying, hey, yo, I need more strawberries. Like, he was eating, like, these strawberries look so fake. And, dog, they had to be the freshest of the freshest strawberries. You know, like, no cap. And then everybody goes to lunch or dinner. I'm like, yo, I thought we was going home, man. I'm tired. I see Sky from Black Ink Crew. So when I'm on set, all my homeboys, they going to go eat food. They going to go chase the models. I'm trying to see who up in this thing. You feel me? So I see her sitting on the couch. I walk around. I sprayed a little bit more of that, you know what I'm saying, that Dior Savage. I'm like, I'm from this, man, listen, ask what? So I hit the corner. She's like, oh, y'all came all fresh and stuff at the, video shoot, smelling all good. Let's take a picture. I'm like, oh, she want to take a picture. I was like, all right, you want to take a picture? I'm like, cool. And so I didn't even know, I'm doing this. Like, where do I touch her at? Like, I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Trying to that was the highlight. The strawberry situation with Herb Gotti, meeting Tiana Taylor on a different set, and man,
how does a journalist end up in Love and Hip Hop?
How does a journalist end up? Again, man, listen, like, no matter how big or how small the opportunity is, I'm gonna take it. A lot of people was like, why you want to be on Love and Hip Hop? Why you want to do reality TV show? It's so fake. Man, listen, that shit was the best shit I ever been able to say that I've done, no matter how big or small, man. Like, so shout out to my homeboy Carlton, again, God bless the dead, man. My friend Tara, my friend Amari Love, like, they told me the game. Guard, like, yo, have you ever seen yourself on TV and that bitch say VH1? And like, the fuck? Like, so that's in my head, like, bitch, I'm gonna be on VH1. And so at that time, I wasn't a journalist, man. I was wearing another hat. I'm like, oh, now I'm an actress. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm an actor. So I knew, and then you learn stuff when you do that kind of stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm a journalist. So I can't come in there and look like a journalist. I got to come in there and look the part. So I realized being on TV, shit, you ain't finna have my cameo. I'm wearing colors and I'm wearing, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm Flea, but I'm wearing things that's gonna make me stand out, and then also interacting. Yes, and they have no choice, and that's where the respect came in. So when what I was doing in those moments, you know what I'm saying, is I was just literally planting seeds. You know what I'm saying? God planted mustard seeds for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He said there was always gonna be a ram in the bush, but he didn't say for how long. And those were the naysayers who said, hey, don't do this, don't do that. Why you going here? Why you going there? Then my job is like work or go leave work and go to this video. So I wasn't a journalist at those times. I was like, I'm an entrepreneur that's going to go out here and do this. And I'm going to wear many hats. I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to be a journalist. I'm going to be, in music videos. I'm going to be a model. I'm going to be a director. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And so it wasn't about how does a journalist get on there. It's like, how far are you willing to go? When they say again, what do you do for whatever it takes?